Yo, what's going on, guys? My name is Chris, and this is my channel, Chris P44S. And today I just wanted to make a real quick Spark in the Dark how to beat video with tips and advice for new players. I don't want to make a very long video, so I'm kind of just going to go from starting room to the end room and just a real quick playthrough. I might dodge off for a second to try to pick up one of the special keys and open up one of the special rooms. If that doesn't work, though, I will just be running straight to the end. So, like I said, just a quick how to beat the Spark in the Dark demo with tips and advice for new players. So let's just jump right into new game here. And we're just going to be running with the Thief, because if you're a new player, you definitely want to just play Thief. It's definitely one of the best starting classes as the game is right now, mostly because of its picking locks ability. The lock picking ability not only allows you to pick locked chests and cupboards and things like that, but it also allows you to pick the set key doors. So any door that has a special key, like the traditional kind of key, you can use the lock picking ability to open the door. This is the only character with that ability. You can't find a skill book or any lock picks for any of the other characters. As far as I've seen in the game so far, and although all the characters can use crowbars, you can't crowbar any of those doors. You need to find the keys. So with that being said, Thief is the best starting character because of this ability, and I also believe that the daggers are one of the best melee weapons, and because it gets a +1 to crossbows. I think crossbows are very, very strong in this game. If you haven't started to use them, definitely try to pick them up. Obviously, they can be a little bit clunky because you have to find bolts and reload one at a time. I'm kind of hoping that there's going to be like a automatic crossbow or like a clip-loaded crossbow at some point. I think that would be really, really cool. But also I believe as the crossbows get stronger, like the stronger crossbows that you pick up throughout the game, I think the reload speed goes up as well. I'm not 100% sure, but I thought I've read and seen that somewhere. So with that being said, we're just going to jump in with the Thief. There's a couple other reasons why the Thief's really good too. It does have a good, because it has the +1 to perception. Perception actually helps you see in the dark, so that makes the Thief a little bit better. And because it has the backstab ability, this also makes it a little bit better. But you definitely want to be weary when you start backstabbing. So because there is some enemies that can turn around and do like a quick 180 attack at you, and yeah, you definitely don't want to get hit with that, because the Thief, for the most part, you will use light armor. So I do like light armor, though, in the sense that it allows you to not have to worry as much about your your equipment weight, because it's light armor. So yeah, so we're just kind of running around the first big room, just looking for maybe some daggers, bolts, or lock picks. I will take this armor. It's a little bit stronger than mine, so I have found some pretty strong light armors. So light armor is definitely decent. So we have a 19 and 20 dagger right now. So we'll see. I don't know how much more is going to be in here, but like I said, we definitely want to pick up all the bolts and lock picks and stuff around. If you're just new too, make sure you kind of run around to these banners that are hanging everywhere and hit E, because there is an achievement to collect all 10 of those ancient tablets or ancient readings. So yeah, this is the easiest way to explain the layout of the dungeon, as well as there's basically 4 larger rooms in the middle. The starting room being one of them. The room entering now is the second, and then there's a third and fourth. The third and fourth room are actually separated by abyss, basically a giant hole in the ground. So you kind of have to find a way around it. And so basically there's the 4 large rooms in the middle, and then there's lots of corridors, hallways and rooms and stuff off to the sides. There's also a lot of secret passages too, and I'll show you one right here in a second. I just kind of want to loot these early rooms too, just to kind of do the same thing. Look for better weapons and armor, you know, equipments, rings, amulets, stuff like that. It's always a really good idea to kind of really go through the rooms, because you see, like, even this box in front of me, although it's open, that is a lootable chest when they're closed. There's also like bags and caches around, caches, or however you want to pronounce that word. See, here's a broken chest with a crowbar. I'll just take it. But there is a secret passage in this room, and you can tell that the secret passages are secret passages because you can see the blocks, like the bricks, like glowing in front of me. Now we're definitely going to look through this initial room. Oops. We definitely want that grindstone, but I saw that zombie getting up. It was kind of hard to see when I first came in. Something else that's really good to do is kind of get used to fighting in the dark. I know that seems kind of weird, but sometimes you're not always going to have lamps and stuff, and I think if you kind of get used to always having a lamp on, I think your eyes just kind of like adjust to that. What is this? We'll just take another rusty crowbar. We can use that to kind of open up some of the chests and locked lootable boxes, and save some of our lockpicks for one of the doors that we're going to need. So the one passageway that we really want, and we're going to have to fight some enemies up here. Another thing, if you don't know, if you've just been kind of looking for potions, I mean, I know it's pretty obvious, but the lights will heal you, and they will take away your debuffs a lot faster. So that's definitely something to know. And I mean, if you're ever really having trouble, wow, that thing just got me with its booty. I actually don't know if I've actually seen that attack. Okay, loot this guy. Alright, there's a couple more zombies up here. What was I saying? Yeah, the lights do heal you a lot faster. Another good thing to note too about the combat is I believe if you, at least I've kind of noticed that if you kind of wait for your stamina bar to come back, I think your hits are a lot stronger. And then also it does give you that window to evade after. So definitely try to wait. We're definitely going to take this crossbow and reload ours. I don't really use the crossbow a lot until I meet some of like the bigger enemies like the Nis and the Morak. And so the first door that we really want to go down, if you're really trying to go for the fastest route, is we're going to want to come in to this second room on the left in the second largest room. I thought that spider didn't see me. I was going to try to sneak up on it. But you see, I think my stamina was a little bit lower there, and we actually didn't stagger the spider. Or maybe I'm just having a hard time staggering this spider, to be honest. There's another zombie back here. We actually are going to take our crossbow out now. Just use it to kill that guy. Alright, so we're going to run back because we got 33 seconds left on that poison. So we just definitely want to get that off of us before we proceed any farther with that fight against the zombie there. Just because we don't want to turn it into like an all-day thing and then get really low on health and then die. So you kind of have to remember, like, retreating is always an option, and it's a, you know, a pretty pretty sane option to take sometimes, given the circumstance. This game can be really, really hard, and that's why I decided to do like a how-to with tips and advice. And while I'm fighting this zombie, I'll tell you another really, really big thing that's helped me out quite a bit is I've actually roughed out a map of the dungeon, of the level 1 dungeon, because actually, like, the rooms and corridors and hallways and secret passages and stuff, they're always the same. So that is a constant in the game. The thing that varies is actually like the set keys and stuff, like the keys for the doors. And then some of the doors that require those keys have a tendency to change. There are like a few of these like kind of like storage boxes on the wall that can be have a set key sometimes, but not always. So there is definitely some variance to that portion of the game, as well as the holes. We'll just use the crowbar for this. We want to save our lockpicks. We do kind of want to get our lock picking up, but we don't want to. Ooh, nice. We don't want to use up our lockpicks. We want to kind of save those right now. As you get farther in the game, and if you're really going through for a 100% completion, it's fine to just kind of start using up your lockpicks and stuff. I'm gonna drink one of this flasks and see what happens. Elixir of Speed. The Elixir of Speed is actually pretty nice, and we've found another amulet there, so we're gonna use that. Resistance to Darkness, in my personal opinion, is a lot better than the Stealth. We are gonna rock through this secret passageway because this is gonna take us to one of the main hallways in the game, and that's a hallway that actually runs from the second. It runs alongside the second, third, and the second, third, and last main room. And like I said, so the last main room is the one that you're really going for if you want to beat the first level. All you have to do is kind of go down there and run down the stairs. The holes that I was referring to, if you don't know, are actually these holes here. So we can actually look into it, and if we want to, you can walk through. If you do it with a lamp, I think if you do it without your lamp on, there is a % chance that you could like take damage or get a debuff, or I don't know, maybe even die. But it'll actually prompt you by saying like it's a lot safer to go down with the lamp on. But what I was going to say is those holes aren't always open. Sometimes they're gated off. So that's another variance to the dungeons itself, is that what holes are actually open to go down. And what we're actually... I did see an old dagger there. Let me see if I can pick that up. Ooh, 32. Wow, that's pretty nice. So what we're going to do too is we're going to come back here. This was right by the secret passage. There is another secret passage that actually runs to the first one that I opened up in the first room. So that is another way to cut through. That passage though is quite a bit longer and usually contains like some traps. We just want to kill these guys from a safe distance. If we can get that guy in the back to swing the hammer, yeah. He could actually hit those guys too. That's another really good piece of advice. Is that if you have a big mob around, you can actually dart by a lot of them. And sometimes you can actually get them to, yeah, like that. You can get them to actually hit the other enemies. But you just have to be careful that it doesn't hit yourself. Alright, so we'll just loot these guys up if they have anything. Got some coins here. Ooh, 14 defense. Nice. That's reinforced leather armor. You don't find that every day, boys, let me tell you. Alright, so let's go in here, and we're just going to shut the door. Because we're gonna rest here before we continue on. But I think I did bring up a point before about like I said, the corridors and rooms and stuff are always the same. So one thing that I actually did when I started playing this game was I actually did like a rough sketch of a map. What was that? Alright, so let's rest. We do have a grindstone. I don't think that we need to use it. Oh, we do need to use it. So let's just sharpen our weapon. We're not actually going to read any books because we don't have any books of skill to read. So the books that we would read would just be lore related. And we're not really interested in reading. We're just kind of interested in doing a... Oh, gosh. Yeah, so sometimes when you open that door, that guy will run out and get you. Not sure if... The weird thing is, like, that Nis actually doesn't spawn all the time. Oh, so it did see us again. So we will have to fight it. Annoyingly, we don't have any... potions, poison potions. I will drink this speed elixir. Okay. And it almost bugged me out there. What we're gonna have to do is run back. And then I am gonna drink one of these potions. Because this potion will make our attack speed quite a bit higher. And then we should be better to fight this guy. The one thing that kind of sucks too is we could probably just run away actually, because we do have the potion of speed. Yeah. So let's just run away. We did get the one mechanical key in the other room. That bedroom always contains a key. And typically it's always the key for that door right there, so if we can just kill these spiders here, we'll be in pretty good shape. Yes, even the simplest of spiders can give you a hard time. We're gonna close that door. So one of the things that I did kind of want to look for real quick is of the mechanical, the mechanism detail that actually opens this room, and this is actually an achievement for opening that door. And it's also a it's called the ancient chest, and it'll actually give you really powerful weapon. Typically, as far as I've noticed so far, it always kind of goes towards your like whatever character you're using. I'm just gonna clear out this room too. I have found a mechanical device, not in this room, but in one of the rooms that I'm gonna head over to. But there is also a Morok over there, which is one of the large boss-like enemies. The Morok is in there. I'm just going to sneak over here, because this is where the mechanism device sometimes is. But it's just a dream catcher. There actually, the dream catcher is always there too. Let's see if that guy's actually in here. Oh, he is in here. Yeah, you definitely don't want to fight him in here because of that right there. So we'll run back to the light, heal up, and then we'll fight him in this main room, and then we'll head over. I think, in my opinion, the Nis is one of the hardest monsters to deal with, unless you have the like poison glands or poison potions. Poison glands could actually be obtained from the spiders. If you play with the hunter too, this is something cool that I kind of learned like a little bit after the fact. The hunter actually has an ability called Ripper, and if you have a dagger in your inventory as the hunter, he can actually gut the spiders, and he'll actually like extract the poisonous glands out. There's actually like a putrid gland and a poison gland, but you can use those glands to apply poison. So this is one of the enemies you really don't want to backstab, because if you backstab, there's kind of like a longer animation. I think I'm gonna drink another one of the of the speed potions. Just so we can get some fast attacks in. But yeah, applying poison to the crossbow bolts is really, really good. And it actually makes the Nis really easy to fight. I think the Morak though is just a little bit easier because of how slow it is. And the Nis is really tough with the thief because, oh gosh. The Nis is really tough to fight because it has a really high attack speed. So it just makes it a lot harder, but if you have the poison arrows, you can kind of poison, run away, shoot another arrow, poison, run away. Do kind of like that whole thing on it. And it makes it a lot easier. Yeah. Yeah, we don't really care about grabbing that. So this is why I wanted the... I guess we'll run back and just heal up real quick. Hopefully we don't find the Nis again. Notably, if you find... there's another... there's like a reservoir on the other side of the dungeon, and if you have empty flasks and find the crank for the reservoir, you can actually fill your empty flask with water, and water will actually cure tiredness, which is kind of cool. But we're not going to worry about like resting again and stuff. We're just going to kind of proceed. This door is so it's an incredibly difficult locked door. But this door actually requires a set key. But this is a perfect example of why the thief is just a better, like one of the best starting classes, because you can actually open this without it. I've actually opened it with like one lockpick before. But it will get easier, and with 13 lockpicks, we should be able to get it. Usually it doesn't take me this long, but of course, like when you're doing a video for it, it'll take a little bit longer. And if for some reason, finally, hopefully there's something of value here. There is another way to get back here if you go onto like the right side of the map. But from here, we can actually just open up this switch, and then we're just going to start crawling towards the end. There is a lamp here that we're just going to flip on. It's actually kind of funny because there's a oh, sometimes there's another Nis like sitting down on the bottom of that wall, on the bottom of that collapsed floor right there, and it'll just be like chilling right there. But this is like the last large room. Oh, a spider has seen us. Two spiders have seen us. It'll be a really tough fight though to actually take. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just kind of gonna run to the end. There is a bell here that actually doesn't work. It is confirmed that it doesn't work. I did a little bit of reading. There's also another like Easter egg room up here that requires a triangle device. There's another mole rack over there. Look at all the spiders. I wonder if we can get them to kill each other. I mean, I'm sure we can. It would be pretty easy to fight them, or like just fight them all like one by one, if I would have started earlier. But fighting them in one large group is definitely a death sentence. So we're just gonna take these stairs and head down to the level below, and that will be the extent of my video. So I hoped it helped you. I think, like I said, I think honestly, like one of the biggest things that helped me, as I mentioned before, was kind of rough drafting a map. And that's something that I have that I'm working on like a nice final revision for. But I've actually like written down where all the lamps, beds, holes, secret passageways, and where some of the... There is a couple like orbs and mechanism details that have to do with like those special rooms that always drop in the same place. If you find yourself looking for more than the ones that dropped, a lot of them will be down in the holes. So typically, like when you go into one of the holes, it won't bring you... Initially, I thought it brought you to another place in the dungeon, like it was a fast travel kind of thing. But it actually brings you into like a whole separate chamber away from the dungeon, and typically it'll be like 2 or 3 rooms, and sometimes there'll be like a bricked out secret passage in there and stuff. But I can get deeper into that stuff in another video if you want me to. If there's any questions you have by the end of this video, please feel free to drop them in the comment section below. As I said, I think I will, when I do a final revision of the map, I will make like a digital copy and just kind of like maybe glance over it if people comment and say that they want to see that. But yeah, with that being said, comment with any questions below, and this is going to be my how to beat the Spark in the Dark demo with tips and advice. So hope you guys enjoyed this one. Definitely really looking forward to this game coming out, or more demos or early access or whatever. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll catch up with you in the next one. All right.